Hey everyone, welcome back to Borders Pacific Northwest. We are going to scope out some possible dealer locations for our dealer application. So, of course we don't want to spend a ton of money. We just need a storefront where we can put a sign and park a couple vehicles so we can make this legit. And we're thinking Hillsboro, Cornelius area. Apparently Beaverton, Tigard, Lake Oswego, and Tualatin are pretty saturated and they're not approving any new used car dealerships. So we're out and about checking things out. So one other thing we need to pay attention to when we're looking for a location is which city. So the city has to approve a used car location. So we have to get that approval before we can put in our dealer application with the DMV. So what we did, well Tony did, he's super smart, he Googled car dealerships and we looked them up on Google Maps and we could see that some were in some strip mall type areas, which is kind of what we're focusing on. You know, the kind where you can roll up the garage door and, you know, meet someone to buy a vehicle, in-store a few things, but it's not super expensive. So we're gonna drive by some of those places to get an idea. We checked the online listings and it's just really hard to find what we want. We'll probably have to contact a realtor, I think, to really dive into this. So we are in Aurora right now. We saw an auto detailing place down there. It looks like a pretty new business. We think we might contact them and see if we can rent part of their space and parking lots and use them for all our Japanese import car detailing. So it's worth it. It's worth a try. So now we're at an office building complex and it says office for lease and they have pretty good parking here. So we're gonna check that out. What would be cool is if we could get a spot right by the parking lot so we can park our vehicles. And I think we need to have signage actually affixed to the building per the dealer requirements, Oregon DMV. So we need to figure that out. I have no idea how much the rent is on these places, but we can find out. Ooh, now that sign's good. So we need a sign like that. It has the Westport Business Park, and that would satisfy the DMV, which is cool. Let's see what else we got over here. So I don't see much parking. Let's go see. What would be cool is to be on the back end side. There's an automotive guy right here too, which is good. Let's see. Oh, there's a couple of garages. Someone's sticking their big trucks back here. So the only thing we'd have to figure out is if there's some actual parking where we can park our Japanese cars. But this is promising, possibly. Some other buildings, well, other businesses over there. Precision Machinery. So maybe on this side is the only parking. I'm not quite sure. I don't know how many people are in this building, but we'll give them a ring and see what's up. Tony wants me to go up on the second floor and just see what other businesses are up here. So I'm gonna do that. Looks like they're closed today, it's Sunday. Oh, I do see a light on in there. Let's see. American Craftsman? Oh, this is the one for rent. Nope, that's a construction. Painting, remodeling, and maintenance. Prestige Tile and Stone, Omni Electric. Yeah, I don't know which one is actually for rent, but we'll give them a ring. Found another prospect. This one says now leasing. Have no idea how much it would be, but Tony's gonna drive around the back and see if there's any other ones. Need parking, I know that. Oh, I see other people parking back here. Oh yeah. Ooh, look, there's garage doors that come up, Tony. And that's what I envisioned for our import business. This one is also promising Rock Creek Industrial Center. It looks like there was quite a few that are empty, so we might have to give them a ring. Then we're gonna drive next door. We saw another one. I don't know if any of those are for rent though, but we'll find out. What would be cool is if we could find someone there and we could kind of ask them what the going rates are. I don't even know if these are in our price range, to be honest, but I can tell that some people rent more than one. Of course, we would only need just one. It's Sunday, so there's essentially no one here. Like this Fusion looks like they got the whole building. Let's look down here. I think we're out of luck for today. Drop Shop Distillery. Oh, interesting. All right, so it's clearly a different day. I'm wearing something else. We, to be honest, got super discouraged while looking for property to satisfy a dealer's license. They make it very difficult in the state of Oregon, probably any state, to actually get that license. So you have to have a storefront, park space to park one car or two. When we called them, they said you could get creative, maybe find a space and you could sublease it or have an office, or, you know, it didn't have to be a traditional used car dealership. But holy cow, the city of Beaverton, Tualatin, Lake Oswego, geez, you name it, anywhere close to us, they have rezoned everything and they don't want any more used car dealerships. So they've changed all the zoning. So in our particular city, you have to have a general commercial, and they consider that goods that you're selling. So there's basically only 2 areas in all of Beaverton where you could find a location, and none of those locations are available. And they're huge and thousands of dollars a month. So we're getting a little frustrated, and we're very passionate about this new venture, Japanese car sales. Like, we just so love it, both of us. So I know there's a way to figure this out. We just haven't quite gotten there yet. So basically, we can't sell any more cars without a dealer's license. We did get a notice from the Oregon DMV to cease and desist, which we have. Now, the difference of what we were doing and what we think might work, we didn't title any of the cars in our name because they came over with the shipping paperwork from Japan, and we thought, based on our reading, it's very gray when you're reading all this information, it made it look like we didn't have to title them. But in reality, if we would have titled each of those vehicles in our name, used them for personal use for a while, and then sold them, we would have been fine. But the kicker with that is you can only sell 5 cars a year. And they have all these other, verbiage to scare you, that if you're making a profit on it, you can't do that, yada, yada, yada. So I know people skirt the system all the time. I do not want to be that person. I want to make it legit. So we have moved out towards Salem, which is about 45 minutes from our house, and began to look at properties there. We're waiting on some calls back. We haven't given up, but we have a lot going on. So we're leaving for Colombia shortly. I'm staying for a month. Tony's staying for a week. Then we are going back to Japan to set up our apartment that we bought, furnish it. So stay tuned for those videos. And then the RV season is about to kick off, so we'll be pretty busy from around April until October. So yeah, we're not sure how this is gonna work. We did order one more Subaru Sandbar for ourselves to use up at our Goldendale property. So we're definitely gonna title that because we're gonna use it. We may end up selling that eventually, I don't know. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough to break into that market. Lots of grandfathered rules if it's already a dealership. Most of the dealerships that you find that are vacant now are total shit pits. Like, I would be embarrassed to have a car dealership there. We don't want to sell a lot of cars. 10 to 30 a year is all, and just based on our interest, like what interests us when we're over in Japan. So we're still gonna meet with the auction house in Japan when we go in March, and we'll just bring you along this journey and see if we can get to the final game plan, which is what we really want. I truly believe if you want something hard enough and you work hard enough, you can achieve it. So it's kind of where we're at right now. Without breaking any rules, we want to do it the right way. And yeah, stay tuned. Thanks for joining. I am still going to do 1 video a week is the goal, even when I'm in Colombia, so there'll be a little different take. And then Tony is on his way back with 1 more Japanese vehicle that we're going to title and use for personal use, and this one's super cute. Can't wait to show you in the next video.
Okay, for Borders Pacific Northwest, we just picked up this Suzuki Every van. I think it's a 96, I'm not really sure. And let's see if we can adjust this. There we go. Taking it back to the Portland, Oregon area. We traded a 97 Mazda Bongo for this vehicle, plus some cash. And we'll see what we can do with it here in the future.